Hey gamers, welcome to Talk for Chicken. We're your hosts,
Daniel,
Nikki D.
and we're here to talk about stuff you won't understand. Our first talking point today, can somebody be too nice? Nick, turn that off.
We're gonna fade it out.
You don't even need to fade it out.
I got it.
Okay.
well, after that sick fade out, what do you guys think?
All right. So can somebody be too? I had a stroke.
Great start for today's
Can
podcast.
somebody be too nice? Honestly,
Wow.
like,
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. All right. Well, state your reasoning for that.
Because, I definitely think somebody can be too nice because there's a point where, like,
Do you have any examples?
I don't want to use examples.
No. Okay. Sure.
I don't wanna
We
call
can give
them
hypothetical examples. Right?
Hypothetically,
Of hypothetical
there's
names.
some people that I know that are just way too energetic,
Right.
way too, like when you're too nice, like for example, if you're trying to get feedback, you can't be too nice because then obviously you want to be nice because you don't want to hurt the person's feelings.
Right.
But if you're too nice and like the feedback isn't good, like what's the point?
Yeah,
Nothing's
done.
nothing.
I think we need to define what nice is
Okay.
before we can move forward. Define our
and-
terms, get that good TOK,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think that, like, being nice is different from being...
Mean.
Well,
Obviously.
yeah, but I mean, like...
Like complete polar
energetic.
opposites. But okay. We got this.
Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines nice as showing a fastidious or finicky taste.
Ooh, we like that.
I don't think that one's
I don't
up
think
to
that
you.
one's right.
Yeah.
Pleasing, agreeable, appropriate,
Okay.
polite, kind.
Yeah, okay, so now that we have that clear definition, we have to ask ourselves, who is too nice? Is there someone in your life that's too nice? And think to yourself, does that, sometimes
nice
aggravate
means
you?
obsolete.
Does that annoy you? Or how does that make you feel?
I do find like overly nice people and like overly energetic people annoying at once.
Well,
Sometimes they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
well, but are they always annoying though? Like that's what you have to
I don't
consider
think so because like
Yeah.
they're just trying. At the end of the day, they're just trying to be polite. They're just trying
Exactly.
to, not be a dick.
It's less of, like, an intentional thing and more of just, like, a social faux pas,
And then,
Yeah.
right. So let's ask the question: can someone be too mean? Right.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
I think
that is also true.
yeah, they're definitely a
Okay.
line.
Extremes on both ends.
Right.
You want to be somewhere in the middle.
okay. So then, which is worse?
I think my knee-jerk reaction is like the mean one is worse, of course.
Right. And why so? I mean, there's some obvious reasons.
But in a way, I think that being too nice is worse because I feel like if you're too mean, like it could be like I'm just telling it like it is kind of thing. So it could just be like a
like give it
super
blunt.
straightforward,
Right.
blunt person.
But I feel like there's a difference between bluntness and being mean.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think intention is a big part of it.
It's kind of like calling somebody's names, like, you're stupid, you're dumb. Like, being blunt is just like,
Right.
you're ugly.
yeah,
Where-
you're ugly.
I feel
you
you.
are.
I mean,
Whereas when you're nice, a lot of the times it's like it's there, but it's subtle. You know what I mean? Like when someone asks you, "How do I look today?" and your first intention is going to be nice because you don't want to hurt the person's feelings. But if they really don't look nice, in a way that can be almost as bad as saying you're ugly.
Yeah, because it's...
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm getting?
yeah, I understand that.
I feel like the key difference between being nice and mean in that kind of thing, or one of the key differences is intention, because, like, if you're being too nice, your intention is to do good, because you're like, well, most of the time, because you're like, oh, you look great, even if they don't, and, like, you could provide constructive feedback, but you won't, because you're being
Right.
too nice.
Yeah.
And whether that's from like how you were raised or whatever the circumstance may be, you
Could
just
be your standards. You don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You're the kind of person that just doesn't want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not my place to talk about that.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
I think, especially in American culture, we like reciprocate that on each other, and that's why it's like so widely accepted. But I still think that there's times when, you should level back on the amount of, I guess, nice positivity all the time, because let's just be honest, sometimes it's like just inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
There's some environment.
It's
Yeah,
like
I mean, constructive criticism is sometimes a good thing. Most of the times it's a good thing. You're like helping them grow.
Because
As
I
long
feel
as-
like at some point, if you're too nice and like all your feedback and like every comment you're making is super positive, like when you say something negative, it's going to be really hurtful to the person you're talking to, because it's like like they've been saying super nice things, and then now all of a sudden they give you something that isn't as nice, and it's like, wow, this must be really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right.
also it's like it's high maintenance, Like
Yeah.
you got to keep that up all day, every
Yeah,
day.
you
I
gotta
couldn't
keep a
imagine.
positive
Mhm.
attitude.
Yeah, and
It,
like
it gets exhausting. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd
It's
hate
exhausting to be around people like
So
that.
can we
also.
talk?
Yeah, because then you have to be
Yeah.
positive all the time.
Exactly,
And when you
yeah.
complain and they don't also complain,
It's like you feel like you're dragging them down.
yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about the facades and masks people use every single day to boil up their emotions so that they don't explode in public?
Nick.
And
We have to talk about Chuck E. Cheese.
you're right, Claire.
Facades and
Yeah.
masks.
You're right.
yeah.
So on to Chuck E. Cheese, the conspiracy.
So wait, I feel like we should wrap that up. So like, I think in conclusion, at least personally, I think that somebody can be too nice.
Yes, agreed.
Agreed. What do you think?
So don't be
Leave
too
your
nice,
comments.
kids.
Find a nice middle ground. Middle
And,
ground.
Nice middle ground.
Leave it in the comments. We won't read it.
there's no comment section.
All right.
All right, gang.
We
So
shift into our.
next up on the docket. What?
What is?
Pizza conspiracy? That's
No.
all. That's all I have
No.
written down. So I hope you guys have something else. But
Pizza.
Nick brought this
Nick,
one up
yeah.
to us, so we're
Well,
gonna let him explain a little bit.
So
The facades.
basically,
the facade.
pizza. Everyone knows it. Everyone loves it. Everyone hates to eat it because it makes you fat, but everyone eats it anyway.
I differ. I disagree.
Basically, there's this conspiracy going around. If you want to, I'm citing my sources here. Shane Dawson, part 1, part 2 of his conspiracy.
Nick,
Strongly
hold on.
recommend it.
Just one
Very
thing.
reliable.
Are you related to Shane Dawson?
Yes. To answer your question,
Oh
yes.
my god.
So
Dawson.
basically, the conspiracy is, supposedly employees of Chuck E. Cheese, right? They'll go over to customers, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds who have not finished all their slices of pizza, and they will kind of mark it, tap on the table, and then a few minutes later they'll take that pizza half finished and put it back in the oven and reserve it to other customers. Now, this is not just a conspiracy. Shane Dawson went to Chuck E. Cheese himself, checked it out, ordered a pizza, and lo and behold, the slices were all mismatched. There was even a hair in one of them. Ridiculous. It was nasty. Now, let me hear your thoughts.
So I have actually seen a little bit about this. So like, I saw one of the reasons why the conspiracy was kind of blowing it out of proportion was because the reason that the slices were different sizes is because some people order like single slices of pizza, and if you order a whole pie and you have like 8 slices that are from other single slices, that kind of thing, they're not going to fit, but it's still going to be a full clean pizza,
Yeah.
Same thing when people order half pepperoni, half cheese.
Oh, yeah.
And the other half serve it. You're not just gonna throw it away.
Well, yeah, I could see that, but
Well,
there's
when you make half
definite.
pepperoni, half cheese, you just put pepperoni.
Right,
on
but
half the pizza.
let me.
True. But if you get like a
Although
single,
I'm pretty sure they probably have pre-made pizza. Like I don't think they remake it. They probably just put it in the oven.
Luigi's in the back, just
Arno and Luigi are duking it out back there.
No, but I feel like if this were true, and obviously I don't know because I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese in a while, and maybe we should go just to check it out.
go on a research
Our
mission.
next
There's one in
podcast will be
Winchester.
at Chuck E.
Next
Cheese.
podcast will take place there. We'll throw a birthday party. Those are the best. But I feel like if this were true, I feel like somebody like important would probably know this at some point because that's extremely unsanitary to take other
It
people's
is. That's
The
why.
risk versus reward is insane. Like
So-
having people find out about this is way worse than saving $5 on cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Just take a look at this guy right here. You
Now-
see how the pieces just don't line up? The pepperonis don't line up
Yeah.
in the other slices.
The reason-
I mean,
Yeah,
it
you see
literally
how
looks
uneven
like.
they're cut too.
It's because they came from different pizzas that were used as single. Like if you get
Wait,
a single slice of
either-
pepperoni,
either
they're not
way,
gonna just bake a single slice. They're gonna make a whole pie.
you can. Okay, I'm also gonna make this point. You can tell when a piece of pizza is old.
True.
Like
Yeah.
just by
True.
looking at
It's,
it,
like,
and
hard.
those look pretty much the same. Like,
Well-
I feel like if it's been sitting out at some kid's table after a birthday party and they're out there playing games and they just take the pizza back, I feel like nobody would want to look at or even eat a piece of like old pizza.
Well, yeah, that's why they rebake it. That's their whole.
Well,
that's
like-
the explanation for
Like
that.
I've baked pizza that's been, well, okay, to be fair.
Right, but would you eat another complete stranger who may have a
No.
sickness or
No,
disease?
I wouldn't do that, but,
Perhaps.
like, I mean,
rebake
I'm
it
saying,
and then
like,
eat it for yourself
kinda-
without even knowing it.
You can kind of tell when somebody's rebaked it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's never as good as that fresh out of the oven pizza.
The first
I
time.
don't know. It just seemed a little
It's never
sus.
like the first time.
I'm gonna label this as skeptical. I am skeptical
Sus.
that
Yeah.
this
It's
is
sus.
real.
Sus.
Yeah,
It's really sus. I don't
I
think
think
that
it's-
they would do that. I think that some higher up at Chuck E. Cheese would have said, "Hey, maybe this is a bad idea.
Maybe this is disgusting."
Maybe people will find out, and
but-
maybe it's disgusting."
but
so.
then
And,
again,
and maybe
you-
it could be just specific Chuck E. Cheeses,
Right.
like it could not be all. Like it's definitely not a policy.
Mm-hmm.
If other people are just being lazy and don't want to use their resources.
well,
like
I don't think it's more lazy, but I think it's more just like preserving like their goods and like let's be honest, the age group for Chuck E. Cheese is what, like 1 to, I don't know, 10, 1 to 12, right? And when their parents go there, they're not, they never really pay attention to what they do anyway. And so, I'm not going to say neglect for children, but, they don't particularly care if the pizza is like fresh or not for them. It's just something, to give them to eat.
Yeah,
They
they're-
know it's not really going to matter. So perhaps that's the reason why this hasn't been brought up before.
Also,
You have to consider that.
I'm skeptical of any Shane Dawson video. He kind of
I will say he
I
definitely has a
True.
bias for like believing conspiracies in general. He has that like that personality,
and
I
he's
guess.
also like he has monetary gain for making these conspiracy videos.
And
like,
for them getting popular.
yes.
Right.
And
Making
we're not
it-
bagging
That's true.
Shane Dawson right now. We're
Yeah.
just being sus of his.
We're being too
Just
mean.
being sus.
I
Not being
personally,
too nice.
Yeah.
I've not personally seen any of his conspiracy videos because I'm not a fan of conspiracy theories, honestly, other than one specific one.
Which we will
We'll get there.
bring up
we'll
later.
get there.
For sure.
Which I think that might actually be a perfect transition.
All
We
right.
got 4 minutes.
So, let
got
me
more than
talk
4.
to you about a big, kind of funny, obviously debunked
not
conspiracy
funny.
theory.
This is serious.
It's-
It's
no,
not
I'm
a
sorry.
laughing matter. I can't
Not
believe
funny.
you'd say that.
I'm sorry.
In all
For all the
seriousness.
200 people that probably died. I don't know. So, we all know. I'm not sure what year it was. What was it, 2015?
14 maybe?
2014?
I'm not sure.
In
fact check that?
2014, I don't know, a couple years ago, there was a flight from Malaysia, Malaysian Airlines. Not sure what the number was.
370.
Malaysian Airlines Flight 370, who was heading somewhere. I have no facts whatsoever, but I just know the conspiracy theory.
2014.
And in 2014, and this plane was making turns and seemed to be hijacked, and then all of a sudden it like goes off the grid. It's completely gone, and all 200 some people on it. And this theory is that they have discovered the black box, and the black box is is this thing that's in the cockpit of a plane.
It has all the information of the crash and the final moments of the plane.
Exactly. So it was said that they had found this black box.
Right. They have an actual like audio recording of it, like a little 10-second segment.
Yes, and this is part of the theory. It wasn't 10 seconds. It was pretty long, actually.
It was very long.
It was very long, and they were using like the military like code, like
Alpha,
A is alpha, B
But they
is
spoke like that. Like they spelled out their words.
B,
Like
yes.
that. Is that how
so
they do it in the military?
I don't
That's how
know.
they do it in air
yeah, but if they
airplane
were-
code.
If they were Malaysian, then wouldn't they be speaking Malaysian?
Yeah, it was translated. It was like subtext.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me just finish this real quick. So they were out there saying that stuff, and they were out there saying
They
that.
out there doing.
They out here saying
Okay, and so
They-
what's the
they
actual
said
conspiracy?
This. Danger, SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious. They are not human. SOS, danger, SOS.
Sounds like
And
a
then it
Latin
also
translation.
gave a series of numbers. And they
Whoa.
spelled all that out in
The series of
military
number,
code.
I believe, it had some date in April or something,
Yeah,
right?
it was like in April and then coordinates, I'm pretty sure.
They are not human. Now,
They are not here.
now we have to consider.
Here's the series of numbers: 042933964230. So it's a bunch of numbers basically.
So was this
Could those
actually
be
like
longitudinal, latitudinal, like coordinates?
So this apparently
already
they didn't discover the black box, but they got some sort of like transmission like signal and received these numbers.
Theory was like solar flares or something. Basically amplified the black box's projection. Somehow got to their phone, and only their phone, of course. Nobody
Yes,
else.
and this thread was posted on Twitter, so like obviously we can't.
So there's a
a scientific journal, you know?
Yes, of course, it's a reliable source.
Truly the greatest academic repository of our age.
Exactly. I don't even have Twitter. Like,
It's a library of Alexandria. That's what it is.
all right. So,
all right, Daniel.
what are your thoughts on this, Nick?
I don't know. I gotta say I'm a little scared now of airlines.
Nick's going on a flight to Florida in a few
Yes,
days.
thank you. But I'd like not to believe that
I mean, it sounds...
because it seems a little, again, sus.
Yeah.
With the whole idea of Twitter and how reputable is Twitter really. I don't know.
Well,
And it could just be a mistranslation. I don't.
well, 9% of Americans polled by CNN said they believed aliens from another dimension were responsible for the disappearance of the plane.
Okay.
9% of Americans.
I'm sorry, 9%? Oh my lord.
So, basically, that's a 10.
The biggest hoax ever.
That's almost a 1 out of 10. So, like,
That's crazy.
what, we're in a room of, how many people in this
Like
room?
25, 30.
Like 30
It's like
people?
3
about?
people in a
Yeah.
room believe that.
So, like, 2 or 3 people in this room believe that.
Okay, let me ask one.
That's rough.
Hey Kyle, do you think that the Malaysian Airlines
Special guest
flight?
Kyle Erickson.
Do you think that the Malaysian Airlines flight was taken over by aliens?
I like to believe that the Egyptians are actually still relevant today, and they used the power of the Great Pyramid of Giza, and the top floated off.
So
And
aliens.
well, no, because these
Illuminati.
are people. See, I'm not going to say anything because I'm not trying to get shot. But I think the Illuminati is a safe bet to think occasionally if you ever want a theory that you don't want to know how to explain something, possibly.
Okay.
All right.
So do you think they're responsible for the Chuck E. Cheese pizza also?
I have no comment.
Okay. All right. Kyle doesn't want to
Always
get shot.
watching.
They're always watching. All right. Thank you, Kyle.
Special thanks to Kyle Erickson. Happy birthday.
Also known as
We'll put
Reman.
that in. All right. Yeah. I saw it on some website. What is that? There's a website that like debunks Snopes. Right. Yeah.
They rated it false.
They rated it
So-
false. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Clearly
it's
false, guys.
pretty
debunked.
false.
Unless they were paid.
The Illuminati. It was them.
I mean, the voicemail was really creepy. Amy and I listened
It
to
was creepy. It was
was all
creepy, but
staticky.
I think it was meant to be.
Yeah,
creepy.
obviously.
Was it in English?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why would they be speaking English?
It doesn't make any... No, it's
Step
because
one.
it's from the black box.
They were like igloo, alpha,
Did
bravo.
it translate?
My question is, who was saying this? Was it the...
I think it's the guy who posted all this stuff on
Well,
Twitter.
obviously, but who was he saying said this? It wasn't the aliens. It wasn't like the
he-
people. Was it
I
like
don't
the
know.
pilot?
He was saying this came from the black box, and that
So-
like the pilot, like because it records like the last few words said on the plane.
Yeah.
So it was some sort of alien,
It's probably just some
or
chat in
the or the
bathroom.
or the pilot who's just like they're not human or whatever.
Yeah, SOS.
Those were the last words, and somehow the transmission because the solar flares happened.
Thinking about that is actually really creepy.
Maybe
Like,
they were just
imagine-
talking about like dogs. You know?
Yeah.
They're not human.
Dogs.
Or
God, it was
fish.
dog.
Fish.
Somebody brought
It
too
was
many
the
dogs.
God is a dog, guys. That's what we're getting to.
Is what if we're the aliens?
Pretty sure Waluigi's in a dog.
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
All right.
I think we've.
I got Ooh.
I think we're gonna hit one more thing, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
Yo,
'cause it's a little
Aim
long.
Hearn,
Yes.
can you hit us with a Laffy Taffy joke?
Give me a second? I threw my wrapper away.
This is an inside story coming from Amy Hernandez. She is currently dumpster diving, looking for the rapper.
All right.
Will be.
She's just getting a new
there
one.
she is. There she is.
All right, guys. What did the math book say to his doctor?
Well, this ought to be good.
I'm full of problems. Alright, and last one, guys. Why did the crazy train get in trouble?
Why?
It went choo-choo. Instead of
No,
cuckoo.
no. He had locomotives.
I hate this.
Ooh.
And that's it for today's podcast.
Wait, I don't
You
get
gotta
it.
crinkle that
outro.
by the microphone.
Yeah, crinkle it. Get some ASMR in there. ASMR segment. Let's go.
Alright,
So
that was
satisfying.
satisfactory.
To the extreme.
So, join us next time when we talk about something else that will come up during chemistry class. And we'll leave you with the sweet sounds that taste like chicken, performed by probably some middle school.
District 129.
Yes, man.
Thanks.
No context whatsoever. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.